the end of scene 5.
Let's make sure we've covered on here, though. If you look at questions 1 through 11, are there any that we haven't discussed that you guys had trouble with, or that you had something really insightful to say about, or that you felt needed more attention? Here.
Can we talk about like the fire and destruction and
Sure. So, what examples did you get? Or your lists? Can you hear them? For fire and destruction. For number 6. The ghost begins, right? Doomed for a certain time to walk the night for the day, confined with past fires to look like. So we start, I mean, that's, I think, of the first, right? The sulfurous and tormenting flames and the fire that the ghost is having to walk through. What do we know about fire? What do we know about, what can fire do? Why is fire so interesting? Fire can purify, and fire can also destroy. Right, and that idea, of course, is given to us even in the nature of purgatory and the flames of purgatory, that we can purify, but also we understand. So where else did you see fire and destruction come up? Or is that our only example? Did you guys get to number 6? Go ahead, Morgan. Morgan, you go first.
In line 44, when he says the Holy Year of Denmark is forged, also goes by the...
Like forged by fire?
Yeah.
Here he means forged as in, like, fake or fraud. But I had another person yesterday talk about how the mind affects fire. Okay, well,
I said on the page before, 27, I think, but this eternal blazing is not the eternal fire, not purgatory.
Good. This is where he says, I can't tell you about what's happening. Essentially, right, the fire and destruction will come up again too later. But did you have one?
So just on 197, it says, who in detail his uneffectual fire? The blowers.
Ooh, yeah. Right. This is when you're talking about Gertrude. Right, the firefly shows that that's near and fire. So that's interesting. That's a whole different version of fire too. This idea of a light that is not powerful enough to really do much. This is just the introduction of that, so I wanted you to take notice of it. I don't necessarily here have like, oh, this is exactly what, but it comes up in the scene. I think partly in the scene it's working to have us on question what Christian was talking about before lunch about, like, is this hellish for other people? Is this a fire that will destroy, or is this a fire that will purify? Yeah. And sometimes both can happen. Right? Something can be both. It can be purified by destruction. So Horatio and Marcellus. Right? One important thing too, I know we have a lot of, although some of you haven't been real opinionated, but I want to hear from you about how we feel about the ghost. One of the things we have to keep in mind is that Hamlet is the only one who hears the ghost speak. And so, yes, the ghost is real. You can't argue that it's not. Okay? Horatio and Marcellus have seen it, okay? And arguably hear it. Okay? The swear. But they do not hear the confession of what happened with death. And how does that factor into your thoughts?
Well, it could be like making it all up. He ran away in the woods without anyone else around him. So, like, if the tree falls in the middle of the woods, you don't hear it. Yeah.
It's hard as far as evidence is concerned, And maybe Hamlet knows that, which is why he doesn't share the information. Right?
I feel like when earlier, like Hamlet had said before, like he started talking about his mom, like that was his big focus in his personality. So I feel like that was his, when the ghost started breaking out the mom's birth, that was like what he was thinking. First part. He was like just saying what Hamlet was here.
Yeah, so you feel suspicious of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And like the question 14, I feel like his interactions with him, he like, I didn't initially read it that way, but like the way it was phrased in the film, he was like completely like insane out of his mind and like completely emotional and stressed and secretive, and it just kind of adds to him being kind of not quite right.
yeah. Again, I think there's two different directions you can go here. That his thoughts are very scattered, and you might have, because he's a smart guy, you might have thought, oh, I'm just not keeping up with him when you were reading it the first time. But he's not finishing any of his thoughts. Like, he sort of makes sense, or you can tweak his words to make sense, but when you see it, and when you hear it aloud if you've read it with a friend, you would realize he's a little bit hysterical. It's an honest ghost, let me tell you, right? I mean, he's sort of desperate here, and doesn't finish his thoughts. But if you just talk to the ghost of your dead father, do you think you'd be all put together? Composed? Making a whole lot of sense? Morgan?
I actually have a question. If this isn't like he would probably want to tell him like what he wants to hear, but how would he know what he wants to hear?
Well, it depends on your feelings of the supernatural here, I guess. Right? How, if it is a force of evil, how much does the evil know or have access to? Right? That's a much bigger sort of theological, philosophical question that I don't know that we can answer here today, but it's a good question to ask. So you were leaning to the like father, like son. Like he's maybe inherited this obsession from watching his father. Okay. All right. These are but wild and whirling words, my Lord. He is scattered. He is secretive. Anything else come up to you in watching it, or even in reading it? Similar to what Will was saying. Skylar.
I'm trying not to believe that.
That's okay.
The way that they portrayed him, he almost looked relieved too. Like, you know, he clearly wanted something to happen. So when it does happen, he's like, oh my God, I have to do what I wanted to do.
So, yeah, I don't think it's a relief as in like I'm going to pick up my feet and relax relief, but it's like a, oh, but, yes, okay. I have action, I have purpose. So if we think of sort of melancholy, depressed, my life is pointless purpose, Hamlet, right? In his first soliloquy, perhaps this is something that gears his thoughts, gears his actions, and one of the most helpful ways to assist feeling depressed or melancholy is to feel like you have a purpose. Whether it's taking care of something like a pet, whether it is helping a friend, whether it's building something like that, we know that to be true. And so perhaps this gives him a clear direction in his life, although a somewhat scary one, and maybe he's not thinking about that yet. This Hamlet does, you're right, there's a sense of relief. I think it's also that feeling of, I don't know, how many of you would say you're intuitive? I'm intuitive. Kind of like, not sure you're intuitive, I'm intuitive. And sometimes I'll get a sense about something, and not like in a, crystals out kind of way, but in like a, I have a very strange feeling about this situation. This doesn't seem right. I feel nervous about this. I feel, and sometimes it's a very powerful thing. And then when that is confirmed, it helps because then you don't feel so crazy. Oh, I did have this really terrible feeling about this person, and I thought I was being either judgmental or something, but then this comes up, and I thought that. So maybe Hamlet feels a little relieved. Maybe I'm not crazy. Well, what's the other side of that coin? Yeah. It's crazy, just got reinforced. What do you think? We did a Twitter poll right now. Did Claudius do it? Ooh, can we say Hamlet is crazy and Claudius did it? Sure. Right? What's your definition of crazy? I don't like to use the word crazy either.
Mentally unhinged.
Okay. Yeah. Mentally unhinged. He was giving me a euphemism, which I appreciate. Yeah. Maybe it's both. No looking ahead. She's like, no, I just don't know where we are. Guys, I asked you when you were watching the film what lines did they skip of Hamlet that seemed to me to be very important lines. Did you guys ever figure that out?
What is that?
It was honestly kind of hard to tell.
Okay. It's after the ghost. Okay. It's right before the ghost. When he says, and this is where he keeps moving locations, trying to like, I don't know, talking to ghosts. I don't know. I think they do a great job of that in the film, by the way. When you were reading it, did you realize why they kept moving around?
No.
Yeah. Reading it, the very first time, years ago, I did, when he keeps saying, well, here and everywhere, anywhere, then we'll shift our ground. Come hither, gentlemen. Like, I don't know that I, in my mind, imagined them, like, running around trying to find a ghost's voice. But, and we only get one line in this. And what line do we get from anybody besides Hamlet? We get one line from Horatio. It says, "Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous strange." Now, what's the problem? And this is in writing, why I constantly circle this word when you use it. What's the problem here? Yeah. Is Hamlet's behavior strange? Or is the fact that the ghost is saying swear from him stage strange? Can Horatio and Marcellus hear that? Now, I'm inclined to think they do, but I feel some of you say, oh, I don't know that they hear it. Hamlet says, "Here as before, never so help you mercy, how strange or odd somewhere I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think meet to put an antic disposition on, that you at such times seeing me never shall with arms and fingers thus put it and shake, or by pronouncing some doubtful phrase, to note that you know aught. This do swear."
I know I asked you this before, but never really answered. So why is the ghost underneath the stage? Because with the setup of the globe, there's a balcony where he could have been. So
Well, I think it's because we know he's in purgatory. Right, so the location, right? The location, does it feel suspicious because it's not above? It could be above, but it's below. I think if we're reading it figuratively, that could maybe be something that we think is suspicious. But I also think literally he tells us he's in purgatory, which most people, although we have, right, again, this is a very human understanding of metaphysical to say, well, purgatory would be about here, hell would be about here, like, but I think that that's the human condition, because that's what we think here. So that's why we think it's not in heaven. And he talks about being confined to the ground and then swallowing him back up because the morning's coming. So, that's where. What are the lines I just read you though? What did they say? What is Hamlet's plan? That's question number 15. I just quoted the line for you. What's Hamlet's plan? I perchance hereafter shall think meet to put an antic disposition on. His plan is to do what? Act crazy. Right? Hey, Horatio and Marcellus, I just want to give you a heads up. My plan, because of course, what is he commanded to do? What do we have to do in Acts 2 through 5? We got to kill the king. We got to avenge our father's death here. And so, Hamlet, in all of his wisdom, thinks that, and I guess it could be a plan. Why would it be a good plan to act mad?
No one takes the fool seriously.
No one takes the fool seriously. So perhaps I will be ignored if I just act crazy.
Yeah, but most definitely, even know when to do it, we don't want you.
Absolutely, right? If we think someone, and I don't often use this word, but we think someone, or I see this happen in the classroom, like if someone by the general population is deemed weird, right? Which is a word. Oftentimes they're just ignored completely. And so maybe that's part of his plan. Although